When it comes to videos on my channel, it's no surprise that you see things related to trains, former and abandoned railroads, even tunnels, abandoned rail lines, and even train bridges, some of which I've attempted to cross. But there's one location that's been suggested to me probably more than any place else around. And it's been on my bucket list for years, and it's safe to say I'm finally here. Right behind me is the famous Kinzua Bridge. We're here at a really unique opportunity because the bridge was actually shut down for construction work, but they opened it back up for a small window of time for the fall season. And we're here today to check it out in late October. And I'm here because my friends, which are back there somewhere, Jake and Becky, invited me out for the weekend. If you want to see this bridge and learn more about it, all you need to do is come along with me. So what we're looking at is the former rail line that would have came over the bridge. It is now today a rail trail of the Knox and Kane rail trail as mentioned on the sign here. So the rails are gone and we have two halves of bridges. And Jake and Becky were here 4 years ago. They said back then the rails were intact.
Yeah, the rails were.
Yeah, they were intact. They have been removed.
There's actually rails behind us as well.
So there was rails on the trail and there's rails here, but now it's just the ties themselves. But you can see where all the plates were, all the spike holes. And now we got the platform itself. Really busy here today. Hundreds of people. Parking lot is full. And what I remember, there's a glass bottom on this, like plexiglass, which I'm probably not going to stand on. But I don't care if it's an inch thick. If I can see through to the bottom, that's a no-go for me. And there is also a walking trail, which we're hoping to do to take you down to the bottom of the bridge as well. It'll give you some views of the wreckage and some different vantage points from way down below. So pertaining to some history on the bridge, what I can tell you is that this was built in 1882 in just 94 working days. It was 301 feet tall and held the record for the tallest railroad bridge in the world for 2 years. In 1900, the iron bridge was dismantled and rebuilt using 6.7 million pounds of steel to accommodate heavier trains. The Kinzua Bridge carried passenger and freight trains until it was abandoned in 1959. Then in 1986 to 2002, the Knox and Kane Railroad operated daily passenger excursion trains on this bridge. February 2003, an Ohio construction company began work to restore the bridge. 6 months later, July 2003, an F1 tornado scattered parts of the bridge in the bottom of the Kinzua Creek Valley. Since that time, it has become an ultra-popular tourist destination, and sadly I missed it when the rails were here, but we're still able to walk on a piece of history. But got a good length to cover, and depending on how the day goes, maybe we'll get to the other side. If not, we'll get some different views both top side and below. Although we're here during the fall foliage season, it appears that peak time has already passed by. Fantastic views of the mountains and valleys, but very little color left. A couple greens and yellows, some dark oranges and mostly browns and bare trees. Most of the greens down there are evergreens, so if you do come the right time of year, well, you're in for quite a sight. Even in the springtime when everything's kind of growing in, becoming green and lush. But not gonna lie, the heights do worry me. The only way I'm able to do this though is because, well, I'm not able to see right down to the bottom. So one observation that Becky made is that you can actually see the path of the tornado. So if you look in the distance, there is a clear-cut area where there's hardly any trees, a lot of new growth. So it came from that direction, kind of followed the valley down through here, hit the bridge ahead of us, and then on the other side is where we could see all the wreckage here. And then it would have continued off in that direction. So get a clear line of view of the path of that devastating tornado that took this bridge out of service. people down there. You gonna go on the?
No, I hate that.
You said you're gonna hold my hand on it.
No. I said I'd hold your hand on the bridge.
Come on, baby.
They're nuts.
Where I was. I have pictures of looking through the glass.
You see that middle piece in the middle?
So stupid.
Like the last one before they start crumbling. Like all the way up there? No, Charlie didn't want to. I was trying to. No.
That one up.
Thank you. Go by other way.
Does it fit?
Is that way or you want it the other way facing you? Look at it. You can put it the way you want it.
It's Jack and Sally.
And yes, I did know about this. So. He's like, make sure you're recording. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Jay.
So, congratulations to Jake and Becky, but I'm going to replicate what they did, which I said I wasn't going to do,
Okay.
and mainly because the floor is dirty, so I'm going to walk on this glass floor. No, I'm just going to look straight ahead.
What if I jump on it?
Is that cracking sound I hear?
You can't really see through it, Jack.
Can they see the floor?
You can see the metal thing below it.
Yeah, it's kind of dirty and cloudy, so normally I wouldn't do this if I could see straight through. Yeah, it's really cloudy, so. All right, at least I could say I did it, so I'm done. We're not going to spend too much time in the end here. A lot of people out here, but also extremely windy. I'm sure you could tell by my flowing locks blowing in the wind there, but this is quite a sight. Not sure I've ever seen it in person. If I did, it's probably going to be years down the road after they complete the construction project here. Man, it's windy.
It's funnier they had some on my office.
I hope you can still hear me, but that's looking down at the wreckage that's been there for 22 years now. And people walking down there look like little tiny ants, and it is extremely windy up here. And then looking straight across. 2002, last train across here. And if it wasn't for that tornado, most likely trains would still be crossing it today. Oh, saw the bridge from topside. And before we get down to the bottom, here's a side profile right here. That really kind of puts things into better perspective. It's crazy to think something built so strong from so long ago got wiped away in a single incident. From this viewing platform, there's a placard here, and Becky pointed out something I didn't observe is that it says DCNR inspection in 2002 deemed the viaduct unsafe and was closed to all traffic. That's when restoration work was underway. And July 21st, 2003, it was only an F1 tornado, not a really strong, powerful one, but strong enough to take out this bridge.
Definitely toppled her.
It says the viaduct's 120-year-old anchor bolt snapped, and in 2 minutes, 11 steel towers lay in a twisted tangle on the valley floor.
And there they are.
Yeah, and that's where we're going next. You see they have protective sheathing up there, but down here we get to see some of the structure up close and personal. Some of the size of the hardware compared to my hand. All newer bolts, and then rivets right there. And probably one of the coolest shots you could get under a train bridge. So to come down bottom, there is a direct trail system, but it's marked and rated as most difficult. It's not the easiest terrain, it's rather steep. They have all these big boulders here as steps. And again, it goes down in a steep descent, and we're not even at the bottom yet. So just be advised, if you are to do this, it is strenuous. There are people having to stop, take their breaks along the way up, which I'm probably going to need to as well. And in case you're wondering, why aren't you flying your drone here? Well, I brought it with me, but it's clearly posted, no drones allowed, and there are park officials, park rangers all around the property here, including out on the platform. So as much as I'd like to fly it here, can't do that. But second best option is the Insta360 X5.
Need to launch that sled to get over that.
Maybe you see all the hats down there.
I'll catch up.
The 360 camera. Hey, little kid.
Yeah. We're coming down the trail here, and I looked over, spotted something that looks like it was probably for the building of the bridge at one time. There's a pipe coming out of the ground, and then some type of device that's mounted to the ground here, and it looks like a notch where cables would have been. There's different brackets, and we did see pictures of cables going across this area during the building and construction of this bridge in the earlier days. And we think this is some of the old hardware from back then. There's even another post, like a tripod right there through the trees. But this is pretty neat. It's like a little sled. Looks like this could be moved on here. It's like rails.
What does it say on it? Words right there.
Oh, down here.
Heather Company?
Carly Heather Company, Ole, New York. For this view, but we're almost at the halfway point. Looking up where we were standing just a little bit ago. And as we pan over, there is the other half. It's quite the gap down here. And hopefully this trail system, which continues on the other side of this little boardwalk bridge, should take us to a pretty close halfway point, and we'll be able to see some of that wreckage up close and personal. Yeah, Jake spotted a great view here. The wreckage itself, how large it is almost as high as another train bridge. You really can't put it into perspective from down here, especially on camera. So that's why I'm hoping to maybe get over there. I'm not sure if you could climb on it, but get as close as we can, because the scale of it is mind-blowing. Well, where I'm standing puts us almost directly underneath it and directly halfway across. So if you just envision going directly over us and right there. And it's quite the climb up there as well. Not sure if we're doing it yet. And although I wanted to, it is not allowed to climb on the wreckage. It says no climbing, no trespassing. So can't do that, but I can at least stand up close to it. And even with Jake here, you can see the size of him compared to one of these supports. And this whole embankment hillside is just littered with these like pyramid type supports, and then these stone block ones right here. And you can see the sense of the wreckage behind these people down here as well. It's hard to believe an F1 though blew this wreckage as far as it did over here. I mean, obviously it was standing and then toppled, but still. Becky's getting some specialty shots from Jake.
Stay still, I'm gonna do a pano.
You know what? I realized this doesn't say what you might think it says. It says no tree spassing. That doesn't mean we can't climb on it, right? I don't know how many other places have dealt disaster like this when it comes to railroad history and turned it into a tourist attraction. I know there's others out there. And if you have any near you that you've been to, leave them down below in the comment section. It's really hard to take it in. I've seen numerous pictures and videos. Jake and Becky have been here before. My friends Dan and RJ have been here. And seeing it looks great. But pictures and video definitely don't do this place justice, nor does my video right now. So keep alert for the schedule as to when this is going to reopen after the reconstruction time. And definitely come here for yourself if you're able to. But since this has been a bucket list item of mine, and many of you have been suggesting this for a number of years, all I can ask is that if you're enjoying any part of this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Quick observation by Jake and myself is on top of some of these support piers, specifically these ones on the left side facing the platform up there, we noticed what looks like rollers. And these channels would have been cleared out, maybe something in between for friction, but we're thinking that the support that was anchored here with these really large anchor bolts, well, I think these rollers would have allowed it to kind of move a little bit during wind and storms, because if it's too taut, too stiff from the pressure, it could snap. I'm thinking these are for high winds, bad storms, obviously not tornado proof. But if that's not what they are, feel free to let myself and the others know what they actually are down below in the comment section. Finally made it back up top. Have to be honest, that climb back up was excruciating. We didn't go up the other side. Wasn't the day to do it today. We went about probably 60% of the way, and hike down was definitely worth it. We got to see a lot of great views up close and personal to the wreckage, and got to see the halfway point of where the bridge would have went overhead. But the climb back up, it's not a really lengthy trail, but steep switchbacks, some big boulders. Jake, Becky, and myself really feeling it, broke a good sweat today. But we said we want to come back in the future, go up the other side where the other part of the bridge is still intact. But did make a stop in the gift shop, got a couple of shirts here. This one is the Kinzua Bridge State Park with the picture on it there, color green. And this other one here, Eighth Wonder of the World. So I picked these up to kind of remember my trip here. And although it's my first time here, won't be my last time. But I didn't know when my visit was going to be because they announced the closure of this park because of the reconstruction they're going to be doing, but then opened it up for a small window for the fall foliage season. And honestly, if it wasn't for Jake and Becky inviting me out here, I don't think I would have been here today. So thanks to them for inviting me out, getting to spend the weekend with them, and also super happy for them. Congratulations to them once again for having a one-of-a-kind moment out there on the platform and the bridge. Really happy for them, and glad I was able to be a part of it and to document it. With that being said, if anything you saw in this video you could help contribute to as far as facts, details, or things I mentioned about other wreckage sites that are now tourist parks, would love to hear it down below in the comment section. Otherwise, hope you enjoy the creator shots, not only with this camera, but also my 360 camera as well. But take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.